Buenos dias to this lazy Sunday where we have breaking news. CZ, the co-founder and former CEO of Binance, is back. He was actually in jail for 4 months in the US and he just got back, and he also made a long form tweet sharing some updates. He does have a new company, which I think most people are not really aware of, called Giggle Academy, that is focused on education. He's saying that he will continue to invest in blockchain, decentralized technologies, AI, and biotech. And he's going to fund and donate more to charity and education. And that we're going to see him soon at conferences. Now, CZ actually lives in the UAE. I think he lives in Abu Dhabi. There is the Binance Week happening just after Cosmoverse, a few days after Cosmoverse, October 30, 31st, at the Coca-Cola Arena here in Dubai. This would be the perfect occasion for CZ to make his public comeback. And he even said Binance seems to be doing well without him backseat driving, which is excellent. So yeah, there we go. Great to see CZ being back and he's being welcomed. This post also 2.6 million. The other one he made the day before, 11.4 million. So yeah, people love CZ, love that he's back, and it's actually very good to see them. And I guess now the bull run can officially kick off. Speaking of bull run, the institutions are currently buying like almost never before. And the entire last week, besides Monday, has seen 9 figures of net inflows for the entire week, which means more than $1 billion have been coming in on buy pressure on Bitcoin alone. On Ethereum, we also saw some inflows for the first time now. We saw basically the entire week that was green, $58 million on Friday alone here. The 25th, we had 43 and then 62 before that. So Grayscale also here running out slowly but surely of powder. They're running out, and that means the Ethereum ETF is probably going to see more inflows, which causes buy pressure, which is going to cause eventually the Ethereum price to go up, which then also means alt season eventually. Looking into the Cosmos ecosystem, the interchain, nothing much happening on this lazy Sunday. The top gainer is actually Loom Network, but very tiny market cap, thin liquidity, low volumes. I wouldn't take that for a real pump. Same for what we talked about with Comdex the other day. Terra up 14%, Chihuahua 13%, which is good to see. Our meme coin pumping. Saga another 8%, $2.55, and yeah, overall some green, but also some red here on the Cosmos ecosystem. Now, talking about Cosmos, the philosophy, I think a lot of people are still not kind of convinced about, Cosmos being the future. We talk a lot about this here, obviously, but the way I think about it is that Cosmos is a philosophy. It's an idea, right? It's the core idea of the multi-chain, interchain, and app chain philosophy, right? Which means there's not going to be one chain, one winner that takes it all. It's going to be all about building custom chains, custom applications that are tailored to specific use cases. That's exactly what Cosmos is all about. So there's going to be many chains. It's all about interoperability. It's about sovereignty. It's about having your own execution environment, control over your tech stack, your chain, and also building your own culture, your own community, right? That's what Cosmos is all about. And Cosmos has invented that vision, right? Has invented the Internet of Blockchains vision. And while it might not all accrue to one single coin, to one single token, which then makes it hard for you to say, okay, I want to invest in Cosmos. Which coin do I buy? There's not one coin you can buy and you can say, okay, I'm invested in Cosmos now. The way you need to think about it is which product, which vertical, which narrative am I bullish on, right? Is it DePIN? Is it artificial intelligence? Is it DeFi? Is it NFTs? Whatever it is, and then you pick your top contenders in that field from the Cosmos ecosystem. Most of them are market leaders in those specific niches anyway, so I guess there's a very high chance that some of these fields you are inevitably going to invest in the market leader, like Fetch AI, for example, the Artificial Superintelligence Alliance market leader when it comes to AI coins in terms of market cap, and is also a full-on Cosmos chain, right? And Magma and the Skip team are some of the most articulate, but also some of the most active builders in the ecosystem that are also contributing to accelerate the growth and adoption of this vision. Now, one of the flagship app chains that we have in the Cosmos ecosystem is also DYDX, that migrated from Ethereum to become its full-on Cosmos L1 blockchain, right? With the launch of DYDX V4 that happened in 2023, and DYDX just announced that they're going to start a process of basically sunsetting V3, which is still residing on Ethereum. So right now they're residing on both, still on the old Ethereum version and already on the new Cosmos version, but there's still, I think, 30% of the DYDX liquidity and trade action that is still happening on the Ethereum side. And now they have announced that they want to entirely migrate and will basically sunset the V3 version. They also published this video here, how to bridge DYDX tokens from Ethereum to DYDX chain, which is a Cosmos chain. So if you are holding DYDX or using DYDX still on Ethereum, then you should definitely watch this 4-minute video. Now, some of the biggest news were the raise announcement by Initia. We talked about it, how they did this $14 million fundraiser, which was also disclosed now to be at a $350 million FDV, fully diluted valuation. Now, after that, they did another $2.5 million raise, which means 1% of the supply at a $250 million valuation. And that was entirely for the community. 812 people managed to get into that round. It was capped at $5,000 and happened on The Economist. And Echo is a project or a platform by Kobe. So Kobe is one of the absolute OGs, Twitter accounts. He's a trader, he's an investment, he's been around crypto forever. And this is his platform. There's also a full-on article on the blog where it's basically breaking down how it worked, what it is, what it does. Also a full-on comment by Kobe himself. And the interesting thing is that this valuation for this round was actually at a discount. So that was a $250 million valuation. So a 28.5% discount to where the VCs got in. Kobe himself is also an investor in Initia. And Zon further commented that locked and unvested tokens will not be stakeable on Initia. And actually has been the default state until now for most of these projects, that you could stake your vested and locked tokens, and the staking rewards that you would earn, they are not locked. So you would basically be able to sell them right away. And some investors, some VCs have actually done that aggressively. Polychain apparently here invested $20 million in Celestia, and they have already sold over $82 million worth of TIA just from staking rewards alone. So they have a 4x ROI before even a single token is unlocked. And major unlocks are happening on Celestia in just 1 month from now. And there are a lot of projects who handle it very differently. I personally have done, I would say, 20 private investments over the past few years, maybe more than that, maybe 30. But Initia is coming out now, perfectly taking this chance also for Zon to react to this post. This is from literally 2 days ago, and saying that, Initia is not doing that. I think some other teams also came out. Dev from Osmosis said they did the same, which I wasn't actually aware that Osmosis also did that. Some other ideas also, like Mirko is saying, because the thing is also like this vast majority of tokens from the kind of early investors, if you don't allow that to be staked, that means you're not securing the chain with these funds. So I think it makes sense for it, to be staked, but there should definitely be a lockup schedule on these staking rewards as well. This should also apply. Or like Mirko is saying, which is also an interesting idea, that if it's locked, it should be staked, but maybe you can have a lower yield. Just pay 1/10 of what you pay to stakers of unlocked tokens, since investors can't do anything else with it anyway. 1/10 of the rewards will still be sufficient to get them to stake. But yeah, TLDR, I think Initia did 2 very smart moves to also strengthen and accelerate the growth of their own community, with the community sale. Now also with not allowing for those early investor tokens to be staked. Also community sale to happen at a lower valuation. And now the next and final cherry on the pie would be a nice, well-distributed, decent airdrop. So all eyes are going to be on that. We kept you posted and gave you tutorials about leveling up Jenny on the testnet. So we're going to see how that will translate into tokens later on. But that will be the perfect launch in terms of kind of involving and activating the community and giving them a chance to get exposure to Initia before mainnet. Now, we talked a lot about SAY here on this channel over the past years, to be honest, 2.5, 3 years now. We just published a very, very in-depth SAY tokenomics guide. And in this full tokenomics guide, we're breaking it down entirely. What SAY is in the first place, some of the project history, and then all the way down to the SAY tokenomics, SAY not having a inflation. It has a max supply of 10 billion coins, of which around 35% are currently circulating. And now for the next couple of years, we're going to see more and more unlocks that are hitting the market. Some of their investors, right, like Multicoin, Jump, Coinbase, Pyth, Delphi Digital, Circle also had their own round, basically. They made a strategic investment round in 2023. Now getting to the time-sensitive airdrop that you only have 2 days and 1 hour left to claim. I think this is extremely time-sensitive. So if you have not claimed your SAGA Airdrop World 5, then you should do that right away. Claim your SAGA Airdrop, because in 2 days, the window's going to close, and then you're going to miss out. And those who do not claim will basically gift their allocation to us claimers. So those who claimed are going to eat well on the next round again, because there's going to be a next round. And that next round is going to happen, I guess, in 2, 3, 4 weeks. I don't know. Like, so far we have seen 6 SAGA airdrops. And the chain has launched in, what, February, March, something like that. Not that long ago. So yeah, SAGA well on track to also build a very strong, very loyal community that is getting conditioned to stake, compound, claim, and repeat. Then also some news from Mantra. I love this collaboration between Mantra and OmniFlix. OmniFlix, by the way, in my books at least, the hardest working, most underrated team in all crypto, to be honest, that I've ever worked with. I love their team. I know them now for over 3 years. They're based out of India. They have very strong connections there, integrations with Disney India as well, partnerships there. They're a media powerhouse. They're active in a niche that they're disrupting with their Cosmos chain, which is media, to be the interchain media hub, decentralized IP, which is also what Story Protocol is now doing, and has really blown up with their $100 million raise, or whatever it was, $120 million. But OmniFlix, really love their team, Sisla, Daya, Chetan. They're extremely hardworking. And I really love to see that new collaboration between Mantra and OmniFlix about minting your NFT to gain access for an upcoming event in Dubai next month. And we obviously have Cosmoverse next month, so it might be linked to that. But yeah, definitely check this out. Mint your NFT. Check out this video, and then I'll see you in Dubai next month. Finally, some news from our media partners over at Aleph Zero. We have been covering the entire vote for their tokenomics adjustments, revamp of the A0 token, inflation adjustments, max supply adjustments, and this all happening on-chain through on-chain governance by the A0 community, which is really cool to see, to be honest. This is how it should be. And the final wave of kind of proposals now is to define the A0 emission in the first year, right? Now we know that there's going to be a max supply, and now the question is, how should that be getting into the market, right? And currently we're voting on the first year emission, and the current voting option is 27 million, but it's actually a very close vote, because very closely behind we have 15 million, that is just 100 million votes behind that, and 15 million would obviously have a much stronger supply shock effect, especially in the first year, which would probably be better for price, but you also have to think about, network security, incentivizing validators and all those kind of things, and maybe not do it too abrupt. But we're going to see what this vote is going to bring. There's still, I think, a day left, so you still have time to vote here. So if you're A0 holder, you can come here and you can vote with your A0 tokens. In terms of project updates in general about Aleph Zero, while Aleph Zero is not a Cosmos SDK blockchain, it's actually built on Substrate, which is native to the Polkadot and Kusama ecosystem. They also now have their own ecosystem of applications that they have been building. They have a lot of enterprise partners, and they're also exploring actively synergies with Cosmos projects, the Cosmos ecosystem. And I think that's also why we're having this partnership to maybe get Aleph Zero more connected in the Cosmos ecosystem. I think they're one of the strongest builders on a technical level. They also have their Aleph Zero EVM that just launched, and the first DeFi projects are going to go live soon as well. Camelot, for example, which is native to the Arbitrum ecosystem, Rarible for NFTs, multi-chain bridges as well. Hopefully also connection to Cosmos, and then eventually also native IBC implementation. That would be really, really cool. More use cases, partnerships, ZKOS testnet around the corner. This one is very, very exciting, because I think this is very on the pulse of the market. ZK in general, I think it's going to have its own season eventually. We made a full-on video about kind of ZK projects a couple of weeks ago. I strongly recommend you to check that out as well. But I think this is a good start for you to do your research on Aleph Zero, to do your research also on SAGA, and also to do and claim your SAGA airdrop. Definitely do your research on OmniFlix and Mantra, and generally just the interchain, right? Most of these projects will also be present at Cosmoverse next month. So if you're still on the fence on whether you want to come to Cosmoverse or not, check out our website. We have the final batch of tickets now that you can purchase, and more information will be added here in the coming days. We're going to see a full revamp of the website with all tracks breaking down on which projects are part of the Bitcoin track, on the tokenization track, our full speakers list. Right now, we only have around 40 speakers on the website, but we actually have more than 100 speakers confirmed. So in a few days, we're going to have a massive revamp here on the website and a lot more information, which is going to make it much easier for you to make your decision. Also, if you're a developer, if you're a hacker, you can apply for a developer's pass and participate at our Hackmos Hackathon, which is also happening in Dubai this October. That said, I hope you enjoy your lazy Sunday. You do your research. You enjoy this little sideways pump. You're happy for ZZ to also be back. I think this is also very bullish news. And I'll see you guys very soon. Until then, stay safe and be good.